Welcome back. We are right here to look at African musical instrumental work by your presenter, Erisa Walubo. First, we shall understand a few concepts related to musical instruments. One, melodic instruments. An instrument which can play a tune is a melodic instrument. An example is a flute, a xylophone, a zither, a set of tuned drums. Become melodic instruments. Rhythmic instruments are instruments used to play rhythm. They can play a tune. For example, a single drum or shakers, name it. Those are called rhythmic instruments. Percussion instruments, a general word used to refer to instruments that produce sound by hitting, beating, shaking, or rubbing, name it. A percussion, like the xylophone, which is beaten, shakers, which are shaken, the ankle bells, which are also shaken, wood blocks, calabash, lamellaphone, seed pots, etc. Those fall under the category of percussion instruments. The non-percussion instruments are those that produce sound by other means rather than the above. For instance, those that produce sound by blowing and plucking, like a tube fiddle, which is bowed, a flute, which is blown, panpipe, which is blown, a bow harp, which is plucked, etc. Note that though a lamellaphone is a plucked instrument, it is a percussion instrument. What are the different classes of African traditional musical instruments? The first class are the membranophones. Membrano is a word from membrane. Instruments that produce sound by beating or hitting a skin membrane are membranophones. Distinct examples are a drum, which is common to almost all ethnic groups. The Acholi call it Bur, the Kumam and the Lango as well. Atenus in Ateso, Engoma in Luganda, and Lusoga in Ngoma in Lumasaba. Though the shape of the drum may change from tribe to tribe, it is a drum. Then the long drum, which is Engalabi in Nyoro and Uganda, the Banyoli call it Fumbo, Samia and Padola as well, Omugabe in Lusoga, Emidiri in Ateso, Ifumbo in Lumasaba, and so on. These follow under the class called membranophones. The second class of instruments, African musical instruments, are the aerophones. Aerophones are instruments that produce sound by blowing air into them. They are also referred to as the wind instruments. Some people want to call it the wind family. So some are melodic while others are rhythmic. Note that a set of African trumpets like Agwara from Nebi and Zombo, or Ebigwala of Busoga and Makondere, are tuned and thus melodic. So when they come in a set, they become melodic. But if it is one is only having one tone. so it becomes rhythmic. Examples of aerophones. First, the flute called Oluet in Acholi, Omukuri in Ankole, Molele in Iruguere, Kumulere in Lumasava, Endere in Iruganda, Akalere in Irusoga, Mlowe in Padola. Then the next are the African trumpets. You can see these are wooden and covered with an animal skin for durability, and these are made out of gourds and they are joined to make it longer, so in a set, in different sets. African trumpets are called ebigwala in Lusoga, Kondere in Runyoro, Aguara in Alur, Arupep in Ngakarmujong, and Guara in Padola. Then the pipes called Enkwanzi in Rusoga. Next are the side horns called Endeka in Rusoga or Ingombe in Lumasava. The third class are the chordophones. Chordo is derived from chord, which means a string. So chordophones are instruments which produce sound by plucking the strings, or bowing the strings, or beating the strings. So they are called the string family or string instruments. Some chordophones have many strings, more than one. For example, a harp, a bow harp, bow lyre, a zither, while others, for example, a tubofiddle, have one string. Those with many strings are called multi-stringed chordophones, while those with single strings are single-stringed chordophones. Examples: a bow harp, which is played by plucking, is called adungu in Acholi, enanga in Uganda, litungu.
Sebo chikwabanga wendiva kuno ndigenana tati ndigenane tata javera abantu bakuno ndigenana ninze bana bacho chikwabanga basibe nguzi musubira kwerere sebo chikwabanga wendiva kuno ndigenda wakako tati ndigenane mama javera abantu bakuno ndigenana ninze sebo chikwabanga basibe nguzi tati ndigenane tata
in Uganda, litungu in Lumasava, dungu in Iruguere, opuk in Lango, adeudeu in Ateso, echidongo in Runyoro, chimasa in Lusoga, tongoli in Padola. Also, another instrument, a bow lyre played by plucking, is called entongoli in Lusoga, endongo.
Baligasima kene wumye jena kabira Baligasima kene wumye Urungo loko mbika wa mugongo Baligasima kengo lyombaire Yali mwina akunina kumba pate toliyomba Okwire kulingi kwebwe kaitono Baligasima kene wumye
in Lusoga, Endongo in Luganda, Odi in Madi. Another instrument called the Ziza is Enanga in Luchiga and Nanga in Acholi, played by plucking.
Vana vanje yakona kao, vana vanje kavanya butumbi, vana vanje uzire nararire, vana vanje uzire nararire, vana vanje tinchine no buchori.
Played by plucking. Another bowed instrument, a tubu fiddle, is Arigirig in Ateso, and Dijiri in Ankore, and Dingidi in Lusoga, Makerere in Lubar, and Arigidi in Lango. Idiophones are instruments that produce sound by beating their bodies. Examples of idiophones: Lameraphone, Akogo in Ateso, Endongo in Lusoga, Akadongo Kabalulu in Luganda, Okeme in Acholi and Lango, Lakembe in Lubar, Ikongo in Lumasaba, and so on. Then the xylophone, Mbaire in Luganda, in Lugwere, Olenter in Lango, Amadinda in Luganda, Zimbaire in Lumasaba. Then the shakers in Sasi of Uganda and Busoga and Akachenche. Note that shakers are made out of several materials such as guards, iron, and reeds, according to the ethnic group. Next, we have the bells, Gara in Acholi and Lango, and Dege in Luganda and Lusoga. Next are the rattles, Ebinyeke in Runyoro or Rutoro, and Amayebe in Lusoga. Activity. Identify the instruments under each class and mention at least 4 local names for each of them. I thank you.